What's Gooch, everybody? It's AJ here again, and today I want to continue problem solving in part 2. Now, in the last tutorial, we learned how to minimize or to simplify or how to think about that. And in this tutorial, I want you to think about options. Now, what does that mean? Options is when you're presented with a problem, is you think about all the possibilities that can happen. So, if for instance, the worst case scenario or the best case scenario, and that you cover all those options and make sure you know what your options are, and so that you know aren't doing anything wrong or cheating in any way on the problem you're trying to solve at hand. And the example problem I have here is you have a 5-quart jug and a 3-quart jug and an unlimited supply of water. How can you come up with exactly 4 quarts? But the jugs are oddly shaped, so you cannot, for example, fill up half, fill up a quart. You can only fill up what you think you can fill out. Now, in saying that problem, I want to illustrate a clear point here. You have to pay attention to all of the problem, and the fact that they are oddly shaped means that if you're thinking about it, you can only fill up the whole thing or none of it. It either can be empty or full, and that's the only way you know that they're either 5 or 0 gallons. That is a terrible color up. And basically, what you want to do is you want to somehow figure out how can you simplify and get different values out of these vases than 0 or 3 if you only know you can fill them up to the maximum value or the full value, and you want 4. So basically, you can since they're oddly shaped, like I said again, you can only fill them up. So, for instance, also it is good in problem solving to draw a picture, and I like to draw a picture, so I'm going to draw a picture with the 5 quarts and the 3 quarts. And basically, they're odd shaped, so this does not completely design the problem, but I know that, so I know that I can't be going for that every time. So one thing I could do is I could mess around in this problem and see if I can make any observations. So, for instance, if I fill up the 3-quart jar and then dump it in the 5-quart jar, the 5-quart jar now has 3 out of 5 quarts. And since I've emptied the 3-quart jar, it now is empty and has 3 out of 3 quarts. But if I filled up the 3-quart jar again, it would be full and have 3 out of 3. And if I filled up the 5-quart jar and left that until it was full, I would have 5 out of 5. But then I would have only put 2 quarts in the 5-quart jar, so I would be left with 1 quart in my 3-quart jar. Even though I don't know where 1 quart is, I know I have 1 quart left because the 5-quart jar is filled, and I knew that I was filling it from the full 3-quart jar. So now that's really big. I have a 3-quart jar. I have 1 quart, and I need 4 quarts. Well, I do have a 3-quart jar, so all I need is to add a full 3-quart jar to the 1 quart I have. But the 1 quart is in the 3-quart jar. So what I can do is I can dump what's in the 5-quart jar. I can just dump it anywhere, and it's important to think about that. And what I can do is then I can add the 1 quart I have in the 3-quart jar to the 5-quart jar, and then I can fill up the 3-quart jar here. After I put it in the 5-quart jar, it's 0, but then I fill it up, and then I put it in the 5-quart jar to get the 4 out of 5 quarts. Let me just make that a little bit nicer. I'm sorry, guys, I have terrible handwriting, almost disrespectful handwriting. And you get the 4 out of 5 quarts, which is the answer. So the important things to evaluate from this problem that I just showed you guys how to do is that, 1, you have to realize all the possibilities, which were you can dump water, so you can get rid of it at any time. You can only know the depth of the water, how much water there is, by if it's full or empty. And those are your constraints in this problem. Those are what you can't go against. So you need to see if you can somehow think outside the box. Like, for instance, making 6 gallons of using the 3 quarts and putting them in the 5 quart jar, but leaving you with 1 quart in the 3 quart jar, which is a nice and easy way to do this problem. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I hope you have a great day.